It's cinnamon roll day. So these cinnamon rolls are actually easy enough to make and good enough to bribe anyone for their friendship. So I highly recommend them. I just want to make sure that you have enough time because they are going to have to rise twice. But other than that, they are a fantastic recipe to try out. Only need 2 tablespoons of water. That's between 110 and 115 degrees. So what I would recommend doing is heating up more than that. I'm probably going to put about a quarter to half cup in the microwave, so that way when I temp it, I know it's an accurate measurement, and then I can discard the rest that I don't need. Once our water is heated, we're going to take the 2 tablespoons of water that we need. We're going to be adding a half tablespoon of sugar as food for the yeast, and then we're going to be adding 1 1/8 teaspoon of the yeast itself. Just give that a little swirl. We're going to let that sit for 10 minutes. While our yeast is activating, we're going to be taking our 4 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 cup of milk, an additional 3 1/2 tablespoons of sugar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to let this all melt and then slightly cool before we work with it again. The next step is to take 2 eggs, put them in your KitchenAid bowl or whatever mixing bowl that you're using, and then we're going to pour in our lukewarm mixture of milk, butter, sugar, and salt. Now I'm going to add my yeast mixture. We'll mix that up. The dough hook again. So we have the egg mixture, the yeast mixture, and 1 cup of flour. So we're going to turn that on. And we're going to be adding 1 cup of flour at a time until it turns into more of a stiff dough. And you can do the whole thing within the KitchenAid, or again, we can knead it by hand. Increasing the power. You don't want to go crazy, otherwise you're going to have an angelic haze of flour surrounding you. But maybe you'll like that. If some of it isn't getting along the sides, you can turn off your mixer and just give it a little love. And then pop her back on. I'm going to turn off the mixer before I add my second cup of flour. And then we'll do it again. How much flour you're adding is going to be dependent on the day. So it's just really how much moisture is in the air. So don't worry about it if you are adding more or less every time you make it. You can see how it's starting to pull away from the sides. So you could keep on kneading it this way, or if you want to switch over by hand to use it as a stress ball, you're welcome to do that too. I'm going to go for the stress ball approach. I'm going to lightly flour my countertop with some of my extra flour that I had from my 2 1/2 cups. I'm going to take the dough, scrape it out onto here. So it's okay if it's still slightly more cookie doughy, because as we knead in the flour, that's going to get taken care of. I'm going to sprinkle some more of my flour on top here, and then do the same thing that we did with our soft pretzels. We're going to take our dough away from us, bring it towards us, push it down with the heels of our hand. And we're going to keep doing this until we get that nice spongy mixture again that is able to hold its shape. Use the same bowl that we had before. Sprayed it with Pam first, lightly spray the top as well, cover it, and we're just going to let this rise. Now we wait. We talk about life. We talk about the fact that I wore a black chef coat when working with flour, which was a super smart idea. Seriously. I just softened the butter in the microwave just until it can leave an imprint. We don't need it melted. When it's done, it's just going to look like a crumbly mixture. That's what we're going for. When we think of trying to cut something, we normally think of using a knife, but in this case, I want you to grab some thread if you have it, and you're going to take about 24 inches worth, cut it off, and then we're going to fold it in half. We're going to use this to actually cut our cinnamon rolls today. After you've let your dough rest, you might question whether or not it has risen enough. But with enriched yeast breads, because of the extra fat from the butter and the milk and the eggs, they're not going to rise as much, and that's totally okay. But at this point, we're going to take this and we're going to roll it out to a 10 by 12 inch square, or rectangle. So we're going to press our dough down, and then we are going to roll this into our rectangle. And you can use the size of the rolling pin, which is about 10 inches. So you can use that as your guide for the height. And then we're just going to roll this out so that it's an even rectangle. Okay, at this point, we're going to take our brown sugar mixture. We're going to sprinkle it on top. And if it kind of clumps together, no worries, because we are going to pat that down so that it can get distributed throughout our dough. Try to get our edges. Oh, you look like sand at a beach, and I love you. I washed my hands so that I wouldn't get brown sugar over everything, but what we're gonna do is the side closest to us, we're gonna just carefully roll this up, tucking down as we go. Tuck, 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 tuck. It starts getting kind of wonky at the edges. I like to stretch it so that it stays the same across the whole thing. Okay, and then I like to pinch my edges. At this point, we want to make sure that it has the same width all the way around, and we're going to get our string from before, so having it doubled up to give it a little bit more strength. And then we're going to go in about 2-inch increments. So we're going to go over, we're going to bring it around, cross them, and pull. Then it will give you that nice even cut. We're going to keep doing this all the way down our dough. And depending on how thick you make these, you might get more than 6, you might get less than 6, but try to at least make sure that they are close to being as even as possible. They need to be the same height so they bake evenly in the oven. So if you see that you have one taller than the other, what I like to do is just smash them down a little bit so that we know that they're the same.
I want to go on record that during the making of this video, I've been asked 4 times when they're going to be ready.
So I am going to spray my pan, place the cinnamon rolls in here, having their little tails touching. And now that we're going to let them rise for another hour. Why? Why so long?
They're so beautiful. Can you go any slower, man?
We're going to pop these in, and soon my family will love me. Only 3 ingredients in our icing: powdered sugar, a little bit of vanilla, and then about a tablespoon of milk. But you can make it as drizzleable as you'd like, or thicker as you'd like. Whiskey, whiskey, whiskey. So if it's too thick, you just pour a little more milk in. Little goes a long way. Perfect. Oh, the final touch. Drizzle the icing on top. Oh, I'm so happy. Ew. Oh, fine. Here you guys go. Enjoy.